You are listening to KC Radio. A radio according to you.
We do radio just the way you like it.
Just the way you like it.
Go!
No matter the weather, Keith and Gessie Radio is always on.
Thatha indawo yakho Jesu sina siyohluleka. Beautiful song by Spirit of Praise. That's truly praising and on that powerful great rendition of Thatha indawo yakho ngengoba thina siyohluleka. What an admission. Tina Siyohluleka. I welcome you all, even those who are on audiovisual. This is KNR. It's a radio according to you. And it tumengo bage ainamida ishishizi and akukwapinga figeleli kona. And I know everywhere. And some other people are asking me, if I go to the moon, will there any radio there? And I can assure you, KNR is in the moon. We have just received a report from the astronauts that are in the moon that only one radio that they can listen to is KNR. And I'm told of late that it is found in the Mars. When you go to Mars, Mars is further away from the moon. You travel many years before you reach Mars on the fastest of all of these jets that go into the space. And but when you get to Mars, you will still listen to KNR. It's a wonderful show. And today, my name is Caesar, and I will warm your hearts in preparation. Also abnormal load. There is an abnormal load coming right behind me. I can't wait to get those beautiful ladies sitting on this desk talking to you on a show called The Altar. Wait for it, you will not regret. It's just behind me, and then I love that I normally so that but bafike ni right kakle ni good. Don't leave your gadget or device because KNR is going to warm you this Sunday evening like it has never been the case before. And today I want to take you on a wing or a pillar of KNR called motivation. Remember, KNR is standing on 4 pillars. There is motivation, entertainment, spirituality, and current affairs. I am not going to bore you much with the current affairs because most of them, you know, that Zuma is going to go for a case of having messed up the ANC. I mean, that thing is not for me to talk about. Somebody else can. My mission is to talk to you about motivation, and possibly there could be some bit of spirituality during these few minutes and moments together. My name is Caesar, and I will be with you on this show. Yes, I can see many other people watching, and I want to welcome all of them. Please enjoy the moments with us. It won't be a very, very, very long time, but you will not regret. The show is called Born to Lead, and it's based on the fact that when God created you, he said, let us make man in our own image and let him rule, meaning that the rationale, the reason behind your existence, it was for you to lead. God made you for one reason, so that you lead. And if you don't, you are a delinquent. you are perverse and you are danger to society, because you were created for one major purpose: for you to rule, for you to lead. And God gave you authority over the whole earth, over the fish of the sea, over the birds in the air, over everything that creeps and crawls on the face of the planet earth. You are the king of them. You set them to work. You commanded them. You are a leader. You were born to lead. Though born to lead, you need to learn some leadership. You need to learn some leadership. My mission for today is just to encourage you. Just to encourage you. I've been away for almost a number of weeks, but I've returned just to say, amen. I am here, and I'm here to stand, and I'm here to remain being that voice of encouragement for you. And I believe and I trust that I will have time with you right throughout until cows come home. Now, today, the topic that we shall be discussing, please open your ears. I know you have got two, but I want you to employ both of them, man, because what we are going to share today is very powerful, great and good. Encouragement changes everything. Oh, come on, man. Encouragement changes everything. I want to help you to become passionate about encouraging people. I want you to be a world-class encourager. Be a world-class encourager, because if you want to be a change agent, begin by becoming an encourager, because encouragement changes everything. Encouragement changes everything. Now, but you should know this right before we say anything about this encouragement. The encouragement that I'm talking about, it should bear the 7 marks of a pure, clean, unadulterated encouragement. It should be sincere. That's the first thing. It should be honest. That's the second thing. It should be appropriate. Don't encourage inappropriately and in a space where you're not supposed to do so. And let me repeat myself. Encouragement must be sincere. Encouragement must be honest. Encouragement must be appropriate. Encouragement must be meaningful. Encouragement must be encouragement must be balanced. Encouragement must be specific. Notice those 7 things that I have mentioned. I can repeat them running for you. That it should be sincere, honest, appropriate, meaningful, and balanced, and specific. Yes. Umfana wamutola, umfana kategeda, umama unyana gama takes. I used to respect and love that lady. He has made an intense influence in my life as I grow up in my faith. Umama ozala langwengwe kuthiwa nguXola Degeda. And I just see him watching, and welcome and feel part of the show and feel free. And I am sitting with you, and I could sense your awesome presence in this space. We are on encouragement. Let me say this before I just systematically teach you something. You will never know, believe me, you will never know when a moment and a few sincere words can have an impact on a life. Somebody said something to me as I was studying some time overseas. I had to present my thesis to they normally call it outside examiner. Somebody who is not from the same university I was studying. And then he had gone through my work, and then he had to ask me some few questions. Then I set up like I'm in an interview, and then he began to ask me questions as we were talking. And by the time I was rising up, he said, "Sir, can I tell you something? You have a big head on your small shoulders. Possibly you are the solution that this world has been waiting for." He's a man I've never met before, somebody I don't even know. I just respected him because I was told he's an external examiner, and I knew that those guys normally are very strict and don't laugh with us, and then they criticize everything we have written and so on. And after having spent a couple of minutes with him talking about the content of my thesis, but at the end of the show, he said those few words. And believe me, those words stuck into my heart, into my mind. That's why I even remember them today. And I believe at times they've been the motivation, the encouragement, the oomph for me to rise and keep on doing something. And he said to me that I have a big head on small shoulders, that maybe I am the solution that all along this world has been waiting for. And he said, when I begin to show up, everybody will say it was worth the wait. Oh, right. And let's not talk much about me. I'm not that much important. It's just that I remembered something that connects to the point I'm mentioning to you, that you never know when a moment and that your few sincere words can have an impact on a particular life. Don't be stingy about motivation. Don't be stingy about encouragement. Don't be stingy about saying good words to someone. It will change lives. And you need to be a beautiful aroma. Let me ask you, let me just begin by saying this. Maybe I'll quickly mention in a quick run how this encouragement can make one person feel like $1,000,000. How to make other people feel like $1,000,000. How can you do that? And I can tell you very quickly, without any fear of contradiction, without any fear of contradiction. Now on the whistles in Dongo up and Jemba, and the Siba animated sorry for that, and for all those who got disturbed as I dropped something I was not supposed to drop, and please forgive me. All right, now 25 ways. Number one, let me pull down the mic. Now start. If you want to make others feel like $1,000,000, believe me, start with yourself. Number one, start with yourself. Secondly, practice what I call a 30-second rule. 30-second rule. Ask me what is that. I'll explain to you very soon. And thirdly, let people know that you need them. Don't ever create a kind of a feeling that you are able, you don't need anyone, you can make it on your own. I don't care even if you have been encouraged to do that in life. Please hear me, let people know that you need them. Now create a memory, and once you create that memory, visit it quite often. Create a memory, visit it quite often, and also compliment people in front of people. When you compliment, don't wait for a person to go aside and call him in a corner and compliment. Compliment people in front of people. They get so encouraged. They feel like $1,000,000 because of what you are doing. Give others a reputation to uphold. I don't care whether you say you talk nice, your voice is good. Give a person a reputation to uphold. And possibly, I could tell you that beside that, say the right words at the right time. Say the right words. I want you to become a world-class encourager. A world-class encourager, because my theme today is that encouragement changes everything. everything looks like it's dependent on encouragement. I wouldn't be the person that I am if some other people didn't encourage me. I was encouraged to walk when I was crawling. I was encouraged to crawl when I was just sitting down on the floor. People did the best they can to encourage me so that I could get out of sitting down and begin to crawl. And I enjoyed crawling for some time until I got encouragement for me to stand. And when I managed to stand upright without leaning on a bed or leaning on a dog or leaning on a coffee table, people began to encourage me to walk. It's because of encouragement. It has never stopped. Even today, there are many other people who look like their occupation is to encourage me, and they make things happen. They make me be the person that I am. They actually recreate me. I am created by the people who encourage me. Be a world-class encourager. But let me continue on the things that I said you must do. I said, compliment them in front of the people, give other people a reputation that they can uphold, say the right words at the right time, and encourage the dream of other people. Understand what other people are dreaming about. Everybody is dreaming of a very good thing, but please be kind and good enough to encourage the dream of other people. Encourage the dream of others. Pass the credit on others. You know, when people say something about you and somebody one day said, "Hey, you are dressing so nice, man. Your tie, your shirt, and you look good. You look good." And my wife was next to me, and I said, "We should give the credit to this lady. He picks up the right clothes I need to put on my body, and then he prepares them well before I get out of our house. And then he actually makes me have no need for a mirror, because she is the better mirror for me to see how do I look like, and can take off some of the funny things that happen to stick on my hair, on my body, on my lips, anywhere else, so that I look stunning and good. And when people say, you are okay, you are good, then I said, he needs the compliment. Well, what I'm saying to you this evening is that, please, man, pass the credit on to others. Let me say also that offer your very best, because it doesn't matter if you keep on becoming a good encouragement if you don't offer us your very best. Give us, you owe us the best of who you are. Somebody wrote a book and said, you owe us the best of yourself. Now offer yourself the very best. Offer yourself the best of yourself. Share a secret with someone, you know. Mine, let me say this one as well. Mine the gold of good intentions. Zixelele into yobana uhamba uphethe ipeki, uyagqoma, uhamba umgodi we-good intentions. They should be your what do I say? What do I want to say? Mind the gold of good intentions. That will help you a great deal if you do that, you know, and keep your eyes off the mirror. Don't be overly obsessed, man, with how you look, like who you are, and so on. You will develop some ego issues that will make you very much useless and be self-empty and become, we are all about yourself. That's what I want to encourage to you. Don't be that kind of a person, man. Yes, yeah. Don't keep your eye off the mirror. Yes, do for others when they cannot do for themselves. Do for other people what they cannot do for themselves. Be that kind of a person. Listen with your heart. Find the key to their heart. Be the first person to help. Jump at the opportunity to help, and be the first person to help. Now, add value to people. Remember a person's story. If a person tells you a story, nobody's stories are just as a Krish. Remember that story. It encourages people when they discover that you remember their stories. I've told plus minus 3 stories about myself in this show since I started. So, and one plea I can make, remember those stories. if you want to encourage me, because they mean a lot to me. That's why I'm able to remember them and to tell them to you. And but I need to say something as well. Besides remembering the story, tell a good story. Whenever you tell something, please let it be a good story. Check that it is a good story. Tell a good story. Now, let me add and say, give with no strings attached. When you give, don't count the score, man. And don't keep on reminding a person, I've given you A, B, C, and D. Give without, with no strings attached, you know. And maybe the other thing I could say, learn your mailman's name. I mean, the person who drops the letter in your post box, begin to learn the name of that person. And be, in other words, I'm encouraging you to take a particular cognizance of people that look like they are doing menial jobs. They are so below your dignity. Don't undermine the waiter, and think that all you can do is to give that person your what is it that you normally give after you finish eating, a tip. Go beyond just giving a tip, man. Learn the name of your waiter, learn the name of your petrol attendant, learn the name of your mailman, learn the name of those people who look like they are ordinary in you. And even the guy who comes to chop the grass in your house once and once, and yes, I'm kelekile etip umntanam, thank you very much for helping me. Kaloku i-Christmas zam zininzi, ezinye izinto ndiyazilibala xa ndithetha. Ndifuneka abantwana abangango-amkelekile aba bamane bendikhumbuza. Yes, give with no strings attached. Learn your mailman's name. Point out people's strength. Tell somebody apha strong khona. Yenza umuntu azazi mani ubustrong uphi. Susoloko uba ngathi uyi-fault finder all the time. You want to know uba abantu babhitye ndawoni, bawiki ndawoni, abakwazi kwenza ntoni, and so on. Don't make yourself that kind of a person, man. Point out other people's strengths. Wena sibhiba usibabale mlungwane. Write notes of encouragement. Noba usifaka apha kwezi ezinto zokusave izinto apha kwikhompyutha noba kwi-cellphone, but iba nezinto ezilula zokuzithetha. I want you to become a world-class encourager. Write notes of encouragement. And finally, let me tell you, help people to win. It is so important when you commit yourself to help people to win. But let me begin to teach you about how to become a world-class encouragement. And first, get an understanding that encouragement keeps us going. If you know what it is I've said about this at the opening of my show, that the reason that I'm still going at my age and I'm still walking up is because people encourage me. Some people encourage me about my strength. Some people encourage me about my ability to keep on running at this age that I am at, and that encouragement, it makes me keep going. Therefore, get to know that encouragement keeps us going. There are high spots in all of our lives. There are high spots in all of our lives, believe me, and most of them have come about through encouragement from someone else. Noba into onodume ngayo, noba udume ngobufitshane noba ngobude, noba udume ngobuhle noba ngokuncuma, noba udume ngokuthetha kamandi noba ngokucula kamandi. The reason why you are at the level where you are, somebody else has encouraged you. Let me tell you this. There are three kinds of people in the world today. Maybe you did not know that, but I want you to know there are three kinds of people in the world today. In the world today, there are three kinds of people. I have given them my names. When I say my names, it's the names that are crafted by me. It's possibly not the names that the world has given to people, but there are three kinds of people. Three kinds of people in the world today. The first kind, I call it the well poisoners. The second kind, I call them the lawn mowers. The third kind, I call them the life enhancers. You come across that. ndake ndafunda ipoem andazi uba kwabhidwa uba kwawana yayisithi amachivela amathathu emhlabeni ku-andazi ayisindimba andikhathali. Now there are three kinds of people. I can't even call them amachivela, but they are the people that you encounter in every day of your life. Well poisoners, lawn mowers, and life enhancers. When I say well poisoners, let me tell you what I actually mean. And well poisoners, they discourage you. They stomp on your creativity, and they tell that that you can't do it. That is a well poisoner. Said, you can't do it. That is a well poisoner. So many people did not burn and blossom to become what the Creator has made them to be because they have encountered these well poisoners. Let me tell you what are lawnmowers in my own language of describing people that you find, particularly when I am in the area of encouragement. Lawnmowers, they are well intentional, but they are self-absorbed. They tend to their own needs. They mow their own lawn and never leave their yards to help another person. Yayiqonda by lawnmower ikholisa umowa iyard yayo. Lawn mowers, they mow they attend to their own things and never have time to go and attend on somebody else. Don't become a lawnmower. Let me tell you of the third kind of a person or of people in the world today, the life enhancers. When I say you are a life enhancer, I can tell you exactly what do I mean by that. Life enhancers, they reach out to enrich the lives of other people, to lift them up and inspire them. Because let me tell you this, people will go further than they think they could when someone else thinks that they can. Oh, how I wish I'm talking to someone. Can I repeat what I've just said? Because I want you to hear me well. I repeat it because I want to emphasize it, because I'm talking of the kind of people that I am working hard to emulate, that kind of a person, the life enhancer. Reach out to enrich the life of other people, lift them up and inspire them, because people will go further than they think they could when there is someone who think that they can. Come on, I know you have heard me. I don't know if I could give you this illustration. It's because I have a background in science. I spent a bit of my youth and a lot of my adult life and working with science and scientific formulae and stuff like that, And therefore, my background is science. I'm a scientist in the sense of the word. That I studied it in this country and in other countries out of our country and studying science. But let me say this. Years ago, an experiment, that is the word that we normally use in science. Now, years ago, an experiment was conducted to measure people's capacity to endure pain. And it was done this way. They measured how long could a barefooted person stand in a bucket of ice water. It was discovered that when there was someone else present offering some encouragement as a person was standing in a bucket of ice water, if someone was giving encouragement and support, the person standing in the ice water could tolerate the pain twice as long as the one who was standing with no kind of encouragement. I hope I'm making sense to you, Sbabar. Now, secondly, let me say this. Encouragement makes people better. It makes people better. And I will tell you why do I say so. I have yet to find the man, however exalted his station, who did not do better work and put forth a greater effort under a spirit of approval than under a spirit of criticism. That's my point. That's why I say encouragement makes people better. It's simply because people get better when we value them. People get better when we praise their effort. People get better when we reward their performance. These three things are so important. Value people, praise their effort, reward their performance. They will surprise you. They become better day in and day out. They become better because you value them, you praise their effort, you reward their performance. Let me tell you this. Value people by investing time and energy into them, by believing in them, by taking the time to look for the best in them. Value them in that way. When I say praise their effort, praise them when you see them and make an effort to better themselves and those around them. Praise them when you see them do that. When I say reward their performance, reward their performance actually means that reward them when their performance climbs. Like, for example, I got onto the statistics of our radio. I've noticed that this program that's going to follow after me, Alta, is climbing up the statistics, is almost topping our Sunday shows. And it's just two pretty girls, and their efforts is capturing the attention of our listeners like nobody's business. And at times I feel like they need a reward. Reward their performance. Reward them when their performance climbs. This kind of encouragement will help people achieve things beyond their day-to-day comfort and competence. Reward their performance. I trust that I am making sense to you. Let me say this very quickly. If you are still ears and listening to me, the greatest good that you can do for another person is not just share your riches, but reveal to him his own. I don't know if you can listen to this. Maybe it has never been said to you. The greatest good that you can do for another person. But the greatest good is not just only to share your riches, but reveal to him his own riches. That is the greatest. Let him see what he does not see about himself, because many people don't know what they are made of. That's why they make so much mess of themselves. Be that kind of an encourager. Let me say this also. Treat a man as he appears to be, and you make him worse. But treat a man as if he already were what he potentially could be, and you make him what he should be. Psychologists normally say that deep down, all people have certain desire in common. If you want to encourage people, help them to fulfill these most basic heartfelt desires. Help them to fulfill the basic heartfelt desires. People want to do the right thing. Stand with them. People want to find better ways of doing things. Please empower them. People want to achieve things of which they can be proud of. Motivate them. People want to belong to a group that achieves the extraordinary. Invite them. People want to earn recognition for who they are and what they can achieve. Please do me a favor. Honor them. Honor them. These are the things that I encourage you to do. Thirdly, encouragement turns lives around. My commitment today and my desire on this show tonight is for you to become a world-class encourager. I have only 15 minutes left before I finish the show, but I need to say this before the end of my time. Encouragement turns lives around. Encouragement is deciding to make your problem my problem. That's kind of encouragement. Because let me tell you this, maybe you never know about it, that there are 5 things I know about people. I know them. I know what I know, and I can tell you what I know. 5 things I know about people. I can tell you, possibly you also know this about them, but you did not take cognizance of it. Everybody wants to be somebody. That I know. Nobody who does not want it to be somebody. Everybody wants to be somebody. And secondly, nobody cares how much you know until they know how much you care. And thirdly, everybody needs somebody. Everybody needs somebody. Even if they are living a kind of a denial and say, and the real thing, you need somebody. Everybody needs somebody. And anybody who helps somebody influences a lot of bodies. How I wish you could take this very seriously. Anybody who helps somebody, you influence a lot of bodies. And finally, today, somebody will rise up and become somebody. Even if you looked at that somebody as if he's nobody, you will be surprised. One day, that nobody will rise up and become somebody. Therefore, encourage others with your life around. Encourage them with your life around. Let me say the 4th thing, because I still have some few minutes left on my time. Encouragement gives what I call hope. Encouragement gives hope. Let me tell you this. How do you identify someone who needs encouragement? And I can answer you very simple. That person is breathing. If a person is still breathing, he needs encouragement. I don't care even if he is in ICU or in high care. If the person is still breathing, that person needs encouragement. If you see someone breathing, you have found someone who still needs encouragement. Therefore, encourage that person. There are none in humanity, or there are none in the humanly down position, so low that they cannot be lifted up by entering God's order, and none in the humanly up a position so high that they cannot disregard God's point of view on their lives. And the barren, the widow, the orphan, the eunuch, the alien, all models of human hopelessness. All models are fruitful and secure in God's care. They are fruitful, they are secure in God's care. Let me say some few things about people. People like to feel special. Sincerely compliment them. I want to say somebody is beautiful. Say it. Be sure that you don't flatter them. Don't say beautiful to the extent you have man liyabanda neligama lithi beautiful ungathi liyabhanqa itsho ngendlela right. When you say somebody is beautiful sincerely, it compliments them. Therefore, people like to feel special. Therefore, sincerely compliment them. People are looking for a better tomorrow. Show them hope. People need to be understood. Please listen to them. People lack direction. Do one job, navigate to them. People are selfish. Speak to their needs first. People are downhearted. Because they are downhearted, just encourage them. People want to be associated with success. Help them to win. People desire meaningful relationships. Provide community for them. And people seek models to follow and be an example. The secret of encouragement is hope. Excuse me. Yes. Let me say the final thing, and the rest of all of you who are watching me on Kitngesi radio visual. Encouragement empowers groups. It empowers groups. Let me tell you this. People who build successful teams never forget that every person's role is contributing to the bigger picture. Katal nobody goalkeeper, nobody center forward, nobody wing. Every person's role is contributing to the bigger picture. This increases high morale. Team morale, let me tell you this, has everything to do with how your team functions as a unit and what kind of things that you achieve. Ihleli nabantu abayigxekayo ngathi zi-Kaizer Chiefs ezisoloko zagxekwa. Oh, forget I said that, eh? Andifuna ubethwa ngamakhosi. I believe that high morale leads teams to success because it magnifies everything positive that is happening for a team. A high morale is the great exaggerator because when the entire team is positive and all the players feel good about themselves, everything seems so good because the high morale is the great exaggerator. A high morale is a great elevator because when team possesses high morale, the performance of its people goes to a whole new level and the team focuses on its potential, not its problem. Team members are confident and that confidence helps them to perform at a higher level. And I need to say, thirdly, that high morale is a great energizer. It's probable that I'm saying the last thing, and then I'll be done after this point. High morale is the great energizer because high morale gives high energy. High morals gives a team energy because no project will seem too difficult. The team enthusiasm builds along with their energy and the development, or they develop a momentum that is almost unstoppable, relentless, unstoppable. When someone does something good, please, man, take my word, applaud. You will make two people happy. When you applaud someone doing something good, two people at least will be happy because of that applaud. Allow me to end my show on that note. It has been so good talking to all of you today after a long time of absence, but I've enjoyed meeting you once more on our show, Born to Lead. This is KNR. It's a radio according to you. My name is Caesar, and I'm just behind this mic so that you get encouraged, you get motivated, you get revived, and you are ready to know that God brought you here for one major reason, and that reason is to lead. You were born to lead. Born to lead. Allow me, as I end, to permit these two beautiful angels that I have in this radio station to walk up gracefully and take their seats and begin to lead you to the altar. Wow, the altar is right on its tracks, and immediately I keep quiet. You will hear them speaking to you. And I think the best song that could usher them in, ilento wana kuthiwa ngudumi ngokustart ngalaa ngoma yakhe ayihlabela isikhe yandingena le ngoma kutshanje ndiye ndizibone sendiphupha le ngoma ndiyicula okungathi yayiqanjwe ndim. Ithi le ngoma kamgokstart, vumba elimnandi, vumba elimnandi. Can I just play the song and let you enjoy the music as the altar is coming next? Vumba elimnandi. God bless you.